Hello, hello, Jeff Helvin here with Ballen Brands, and today I'm going to show you how to create a call list. So I'm using Keap, formerly known as Infusionsoft, and we have integrated TurboDial, the texting and dialing application that we can use with our Keap database. So what we have set up here is we need to create a list itself, and then we're going to pull that list into the TurboDial application in order to dial contacts. So I'm going to show you how to do that start to finish here. So the first thing we're going to do is we need to actually create the list. So let's say I want to do a list. I'm going to search my contacts, and I want to find everybody that doesn't have an email. So I'm going to go to the email is empty, and I want the phone number is filled. So basically it means I have a phone number but no email address. So I'm going to call this list of people to try to get their email address, right, to put into our database. So I'm going to go ahead and hit search. And I have 789 results in my particular database. So you'll see I have a phone number, but no email. Phone number, no email, phone number, no email. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here, after I've done this search, I'm going to go ahead and click Save. So we'll say email or phone with no email. Okay, we're just going to call it that. All right, so I'm going to save that search. And I put that little underscore there just because I wanted it to show up at the top of my list, just so it didn't get lost, because I have a lot of other lists in there. But basically, I'm just going to create that particular save search so that I can have a list of people to call. Okay. Now, if I have TurboDial installed, I see this green little asterisk next to each of the contacts. If I click on that, it's going to launch TurboDial. I'm going to go ahead and log in here. And what will happen is I have this little list dialing option on the right hand side, so I can actually pull in that list that I just created. So I go to Save Search, and by default it has a few of these other my filters, agents, different things like that. Okay, but what I'm looking for is a lot of other ones here with numbers in front of it. So I'm looking for my Save Search. Maybe I can do a type here, so we'll say phone with no email. Okay, so I can just use that little quick search here option as well. So phone with no email, and I'm going to go ahead and click load. Okay, what that's doing is pulling in all of those contacts one by one into this list dialer. So now I'm on this particular contact. I can go ahead and hit call. It'll dial and call that number. Then I can hang up, click next, hit call, and dial the next one. Hang up, click call, dial the next one. Now, there's a couple different options. If I'm editing the actual contact itself, I can click on this contact ID, and then I can go ahead and put in that email address once I get it. So that's one option there. Just go ahead and save it once I get it, and then I can move on to the next one. Now, what's great about this is, let's say I get through a list of 15 or 20 people, right? And I've gotten 15 email addresses, right? I called 20, I got 15 emails. So once I do that, I'm actually able to tomorrow, let's say I'm going to come back and do it again. When I load that list up again, there would be 15 less people here on this particular list because it's a dynamic list that's being updated. So tomorrow when I come in and I load that list up again, it would be a smaller list and kind of pick up where I left off. So the only exception to that, of course, is if I've called and left a voicemail and didn't get a hold of them, they're still on my list. So it might still make sense to make a note in the system. Like when in actual TurboDial, you can make a note, got a phone number or called and left a message, something like that. And there's also a way to create a list based on that as well. So if you need any help with your list, by all means, you can reach out to us at team@ballenbrands.com.